We're going to be doing a repair here on a Gateway laptop that's having power problems. Don't know exactly what the problem is now, but the first thing I'm going to do is test the power adapter. So let's get out the voltmeter, plug in the power adapter, set it to 20 volts. Take the black lead, which is the ground, put it on the outside of the tip on the power adapter. Take the red lead and stick it into the middle and touch the pin and see if we get up to 19 volts. And we're getting around 18. I mean, a little 18, close to 19, and that's the voltage we should be getting. So I'm just bending the wire around, making sure that there's no breaks in the wire, that if we bend it, it loses the connection. It seems like it's okay. So I'm gonna give the power adapter an okay here. So we're going to have to assume it's something on the inside of the computer, probably the power jack. When we plug the power adapter into the computer, these gateways usually have a battery light, a purple light that lights up, and there's no light there. So something's wrong. See, their lights are off. We would have seen a purple light if that was working okay. And a purple sticker on the bottom shows that Best Buy worked on this thing, so hopefully there's still some hope for the machine. Take the battery out, try it again, just to make sure. Try to power it on. Still nothing. We're jiggling the power cord as we do this, jiggling the power adapter. Sometimes if you jiggle it, it makes a connection. Sometimes it doesn't on some computers, and that'll at least let you know that the power jack is bad. I'm constantly pressing the button as I'm jiggling around. Still no power, so let's open this thing up, take a look at the power jack, and see if there's anything wrong with it there. Now this computer is awfully dirty, and I really like to work on laptops that are clean. So I always try to clean them as I take them apart or before I take them apart. If it's so dirty, sometimes I just clean them before I even start working on them, just so I could see the screen, I could touch the keys without feeling grossed out. And what I do is I take a monitor wipe. I actually clean the screen first with the monitor wipe. Then I use that same monitor wipe and just go over the rest of the computer. Those monitor wipes are actually great for removing dirt and grime. They used to be alcohol-based. I don't know what they use now, but it's a good substance or solvent, whatever they use in there, that it does a good job of cleaning. And then if there's lots of chunks under the keyboard, I'll take a wet dry vac with the brush attachment and just brush over the keyboard, get all the chunks out from under it. You can't really see from this angle or this close how much stuff is really gunked in there, but I think there's a lot of junk under the keyboard that I'm sucking out there. Okay, nice and clean. At least we have the outside clean. Now we'll probably clean the insides as we take it apart. Now there's a plate under this computer that covers the RAM, the processor, and the wireless. No, just RAM and the processor. And we're going to take that plate off first and get those components out. We just want to start taking components out of the machine. Anytime we want to work on a motherboard, we just want to detach all components from the motherboard that we possibly can right off the bat. Because if we don't, those components might stop us from getting to the motherboard. There might be somebody screwing it in, or there might be screws hidden underneath the RAM, or the heatsink on the processor might be causing the motherboard to be stuck. So there we go. We could pull the heatsink and fan out in one shot, detach the fan from the motherboard. Let's take the RAM out. Take the hard drive out. and then take this cover off, which will expose the wireless card. And on this particular gateway, to get the keyboard off, you got to get to a screw under that particular panel. It's kind of a tricky little screw there, but I'll show it to you later. Actually, I'm taking it out right now. This is the screw that's holding the keyboard in. You would never know it. There's no markings. And this other screw is the other screw that's holding the keyboard in. Just because I've taken apart so many of these, I know to get those out first. Otherwise, the keyboard will not come off. Now I'm taking off the screws that are holding on that front, I call it the hinge cover plate. It's the plate that's right above the keyboard and right under the screen. And it basically gives you access to the keyboard and the screen. And since I'm right here, I'm just taking the two screws